morning, Ifako. Good morning, Lagos State. Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, Africa. Good morning, planet Earth. Here we are from Ifako Radio, giving you the news review all the way from Ifako, Lagos State. Victor Kolade Abdobajale is my name, and here with me is
Olani David. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Mr. David. How are you doing today?
How are you doing?
I'm fine.
How's your weekend?
Everything is fine.
Sure, we're in the victory mood.
Definitely, I can see you on green, celebrating the weapon.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so I think I will keep that for later. From the Punch newspaper today, I'm going to be getting a news from the Nigerian business guru. The news headline says 4-war brews as Dangote presses Tinubu to ban imports. 4-war brews as Dangote presses Tinubu to ban imports. Says that the president of the Dangote Group, Alhaji Aliko Dangote, has asked President Bola Tinubu to include refined petroleum products in the list of items banned under the Nigerian First Policy of the Federal Republic of the Government, which is Nigeria. But this was unanimously rejected by all marketers and some industry analysts on Sunday, yesterday. The Nigerian First Policy seeks to ban government agencies from importing goods that can be produced within Nigeria. So he says that according to him, the importation of fuel into Nigeria is killing local refining and discouraging further investment in the sector and even the economy. To remain viable, he urged governments across Africa, including Nigeria, to be deliberate when it comes to the steps of discouraging imports of petroleum into Nigeria. Dangote did not mince words when he said that the Nigeria First Policy announced by Tinubu should apply to the petroleum product sector. He says, and he quotes, the Nigeria First Policy announced by His Excellency President Bola Tinubu should apply to petroleum sector and other sectors included, he stated. Yeah, this is Dangote informing and pressing the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, saying that Nigeria should ban the importation of petroleum. We all know that Dangote, the Nigerian business guru and the Africa business guru, is also into manufacturing and refining of crude oil into petroleum and other materials. So, and he has urged the president of Nigeria to ban the importation of petroleum so that there won't be any competition. What do you say about this?
Well, it's a two-sided of the coin. Okay. So, because if we look at it, Dangote is a businessman. And currently, he owns the biggest and the largest refinery company in Africa, situated here in Lagos. Now, and we know that the government, the policy of the current government, there's a lot of money, so many goods. And we know that when there's ban like that, so the country, the citizenry come together and start producing locally. Because when there is local production, and when it's circulated around, then that is when you'll be able to develop, to build an export. Okay. And that will bring forex into the country. But in the case of Aliko Dangote, he's a businessman, of course, monopoly will set in. But with what I have, with what we have so far, it's not the only one. I think there's another business group that is also building a refinery. And it has been open to all. Even any state government that have the capacity can also do that. But the issue here and there is that OPEC, the quota that has been given to Nigeria, has to be sold to over maybe to 2025 or 2035 rather. So that is where the issue is. Because now, if he's saying that the issue of monopolization was set, you know that. But therefore, I think we should give it a try. Because the PMS, the AGOs and everything, since I don't see any reason why we should take the crude oil from them, send it to a foreigner, and also import it back, the finished goods.
And we have refinery here.
Well, we have the crude oil here and everything. So the government should have that gas with open, and even any other state, two states can come together and build a refinery. So that competition, the MRS are there, the other sectors, the other people in the giant in the industry, the oil industry. We have the movie. I'm not advertising for any company, but we have so many of them. Let them come together, build the refinery, so that even the the marketers, they can come together. They are financially buoyant. Let them build the refinery. The government of the day will give them license, and when they give them, let them to start refining their crude oil.
Yeah,
and if they know how to make their way to get the quota, the Nigerian quota, at least from the little that is there from the Nigerian quota at OPEC, they will be giving, and let them be refining, and let there be competition of that 5 naira, 10 naira, 20 naira, 100 naira differences. And trust Nigeria. Even me, I go to the cheapest.
Definitely.
So,
Definitely.
And that way enhance the GDP growth, and it will bring in more employment.
And our naira will also appreciate.
I will appreciate.
Yeah. And even from the news that I think it was included that the kind of petroleum we are importing is the subsidized and the substandard one from Russia, because over there, as according to Aliko Dangote, he said that the kind of petroleum we are importing and we are using in Nigeria is the one that will be rejected overseas, like in countries like Canada and United States. So if we allow our own local refineries to work, if we allow our own marketers,
and then now bring me to this. I'm sorry, I have what is the NPC doing? I just had in the news. I think one of the dailies I'm going to read, you're going to hear another faction of that. What happened to the NPC? NPC, yes, is a regulator, and they also have refinery. Millions of dollars have been pumping to Port Harcourt refinery. Kaduna refinery is there nothing. What happened to Warri refinery? So the government should put a satellite, because this NNPC ought to be at a competition with Dangote and every other private refinery that has been issued license.
Being a very, very formally recognized body for petroleum importing and
so I think
another point of view I'm seeing about this is that if we want to ban the importation of our petroleum, it is important that we encourage our locally made or local manufacturers first, because if we say we want to ban the importation today, we might not have sufficient petroleum.
It can't be an automatic thing.
Exactly.
It's procedural.
Exactly.
So it has to be processed. So there will be time frame.
Okay.
So and again, I think with that, then the government should also empower maybe the bank of industry (BOI) and even the commercial bank should be able to finance the people that are interested, that on that field are interested in building either mini or standard refinery. And even so, if we have, I believe, the Southwest state can come together and form either Odua refinery. Yes, there's oil. There's oil in the state. Then the Niger deltas. The Niger deltas can come together as one. All they just need to do is MOU between them, according to your contribution, according to what you put on ground. That is what you'll be getting as profit back to your share. And with time, not only the PMS, not only the AGOs, the aviation fuel will also also the gas. The gas that will flare.
And even the kerosene that we have lost in our long
time. The northern states too will come together and form refinery. Yeah. Then the private sector, for some of us that are interested in that field, and so many Nigerians are there that are also interested in that field. So the bank should come together and finance them. And the Nigerian people that will go and solicit or to go and get this grant, or maybe government should form a grant or give a grant to that aspect. But they should pay back because it's the people's money. So I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. And I think from Ifako Radio, we are actually soliciting for the government to look into this. So if we have, as you have mentioned, the states in the southwest, even it doesn't have to be states in the southwest alone. South we have petroleum in River State.
There can be MOU between the south
and bring better synergy between our state, because
and there's business as a state come together.
Exactly.
They can build the biggest refinery bigger than that of Dangote.
And it should bring synergy.
Yes. When there will be any competition.
Exactly.
So they will know how to maneuver their way with the government, the regulatory body to open, so that the quota that is meant for Nigeria will also be shared among them all. And of course, the population is there for Nigeria. And with time, when we overgrow and we have enough, we can now start exporting to other African countries and to other nations of the world. And of course, there will be employment. The GDP of the country will rise. Then our foreign reserve will be growing, and our naira value will be stronger against the US dollar. So I think it's a good thing. Look at every other country that have grown, that we see. We are developing nation. The developed nation, the Western world, look at their productivity, their local productivity. They don't joke with it. The federal government should look into that. Then the SGD should go into that. Yeah? So we are soliciting from Ifako Radio that the federal government should look into that, and of course, so that to stop this monopoly, because there's no way, if I were to be Dangote myself, I will come in with such an idea and setting monopoly, and whatever price I fixed, Nigeria must buy it.
And that's another thing we have to look into too, on the long run, so that we don't.
I believe the experts, the economists, the experts, people in the field will look into that, and government should also listen.
Regulate the price, because when there is monopoly, then there is issue with price sometimes.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you. I'll be moving into the Nation newspaper this morning, and the one that excites me most, you can see me on green. I'm a patriotic Nigerian. So President Tinubu to host Victoria Super Falcons in Abuja Monday, which is today. And a victorious member of the Super Falcons of Nigeria are due in Abuja, the capital of Nigeria, this afternoon to be received by President of the nation, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The victorious contingent is scheduled to touch down at Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport by noon today, less than 2 days after winning their 10th Women African Women Cup of Nations in Morocco. And the Nigeria Football Federation is making arrangements to have a team move to the presidential villa in an open roof bus at non-populated district with the iconic trophy in view of onlookers. I think congratulations to the Falcons, congratulations to the ladies. I think
congratulations to Nigeria.
Yes. And if you see the match at the first half was so sweet. We can see the winning against the
Did you say it was so sweet in the first half? It wasn't sweet in the first half because we were losing.
Yes, we were losing. It was so sweet. Okay. It was so sweet in the first half. But the issue here on the ground is that made them to, after the second half. So when they went for it, so they were able to strategize. And we come with 3-2. So that is the beauty of football.
In fact,
I can't imagine when last we won a trophy like that. And look at the female players. They are doing wonderfully. And I'm sure the Honorable Minister for Sport was happy, and the Federation of Football Federation were happy, and Nigeria were happy, because I saw a lot of Nigeria who blew their eyes on the TV to watch the match. Even Mr. President was able to call them. So to motivate them, they were so happy. Look, they were dancing. I enjoyed every.
Even the first lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria was in her kitchen. There was this online picture that we saw. She was in the kitchen watching it.
Yes,
that shows patriotism from
so
all
I
angles.
think the Falcons have done us proud, and I think it's a good thing that Mr. President will be receiving them. And of course, we know that there are some that will be hanging off the boots at the moment. So the Nigerian Football Federation should also start catching them young, to start grooming people. So from different sport football academy, and also not only for the women again, the men too should. The men, please do us proud. We need to do more. Let us popular. So we want that victory of that 99 Atlanta 96. We still want to see what happened. So we still want to grow. So please. So I think that's a good one.
Yeah,
Mr. President, congratulations. Congratulations.
Yeah, still on the victory. I have here on the Vanguard newspaper the miracle of Rabat, how we overcame Morocco. This is from the coach of the Super Falcons. So the Super Falcons coach, Justin Madugu, may not be charismatic like other coaches. Still, he turned out to be the one who saw tomorrow with his prediction. So he said, we knew we could do it when we were 2 goals down. We kept encouraging the players not to lose their confidence. If they didn't have the mental resilience, they would have given up. We did a lot of talking at halftime, he said. The coach further explained that the initial game plan backfired, leading to early goals conceded, but swift tactical adjustment made the difference. He said, we had a game plan, but we wanted to avoid lead to the 2 goals. So we have to make necessary changes. Madugu added. So sincerely, if we look at the game at the first half and the second half, we see difference there. And my own personal observation was that the speed of our Super Falcons was very, very low at the first half. Like we were better at tactical games, and then we were not very so good at the very, very fast game. So we were just cool and then steady. But these other people, the Moroccans, they didn't take it slowly. They were just it got to a point.
They are dealing with Nigeria.
It got to a point I had to count if they were more than 11 and if we were short of players, because everywhere the ball was, we had players of the Morocco. So until I thought it was 11, but thank God for the second half. In fact, it was just a.
And that's what I mean. That's the beauty of football, anyway. So you see that there's no way. There are countries in Africa that when Nigeria is competing with them, you are prepared. Yeah. Some countries like Egypt have neighbor friends, Ghana and Cameroon, Ivory Coast, the Bafana, South Africa, and now Morocco. So it's expected. So I think it's just I just love our feeling they try.
They did us proud. Ajibade, Okoko, even the keeper. I think she got the best keeper of the tournament. Yeah, I think that was the first match she would concede goal. Previously, we have been having clean sheets, either 5-0, 3-0, whatever 0. But that was the first time.
So I think the mayor, their male counterpart should take it from them.
Definitely.
So we're heading to the Nation newspaper this morning. On the pages of the news site, the guidance, refineries at Jakarta still fails revival efforts despite 6.5 trillion naira spent in 10 years. 6.5 trillion spent for refinery and Jakarta still not functioning. So the news, fresh controversy may be brewing over the future of Nigeria critical assets like the refineries and steel plant. As new developments suggest, the Nigerian National Petroleum (NNPC) Limited may face stiff investor resistance and mounting financial and political fallout if proposal to sell the asset go ahead without value that can offset the existing debt profile. This comes as contractors ending the refineries were suspended amid rising tension between NNPC, Anti-Graft Authority, and the government stakeholder told the Guardian that Nigeria refinery may also attract scrap value if put up for sale, adding that managing the debt will likely require tough restructuring talks with lenders, possible government intervention, or private sector partnership. Wow, this is interesting. 6.5 trillion naira spent in 10 years in bringing out refinery and the Jakarta Steel Company. They're just like we earlier said. What happened to the Port Harcourt refinery? Because I remember the Port Harcourt refinery about 4 or 5 months ago that came up alive. What happened to it? I shut down. So what happened to Cardinal refinery? The pumping money there, and we never had anything about it. Warren refinery, what happened to it? Now, at Jakarta Steel Company. Right from when I was a young boy, I've been hearing the amount of money being pumped in the Jakarta Steel Company. And it got to a state that when I carried that personal research at that time, that Boeing 747 can be built in a Jakarta Steel Company. Because the vision of a Jakarta Steel Company, there are some countries that they don't have anything, that the only thing that they have is steels, and they are okay, and they are doing well. So I'm calm. Nigeria, we need to reflect. We need to go back, because I think, sir, Mr. President, the EFCC, some people need to be brought to book.
Definitely. We need to monitor our money and how they are being spent.
These are people's money. These are Nigerians' money. Truly, these are taxpayers' money. It needs to be spent. It needs to be utilized very well. It needs to be used judiciously for what is meant to be. So the government should carry out investigation to know what is happening.
For every
For 6.5 trillion naira is not a joke.
I can't even remember the figure during President Jonathan's regime. Some worth of trillions was also pumped into Ajakuta Steel. I remember very vividly. Some worth of trillions
I even this was that
into.
what the report, one guidance report is just from 2015 to date.
That's just 10 years.
10 years. So now, if you want to go back to history, if I want to go back, reflect back, even to the days of President Olusegun Obasanjo, because I know he tried to bring Ajakuta Steel Company now. Because I remember the then Minister of Finance, Okojo Wela. I remember the amount that he said that the pumping that she said that was pumping into Ajakuta Steel Company. Ajakuta Steel Company can produce a lot of things, and of course, and why I'm also interested in that Ajakuta Steel Company and this the refinery, the level of employment that to create, and a lot of jobless people that to be moved from the labor market that they will now come into productivity. A lot of talent to be discovered. So I believe that from Ifako Radio, the government need to bring some people to look on this. Because if they sell, now they are proposing to sell, and if they sell, then they will be selling, they need to sell the NNPC and sell the Ajakuta Steel Company. The money that is invested will not be realized. So just like what happened during Atiku when the vice president was the chairman of the BP, yes, private Bureau of Public Enterprise then, that he sold off a lot of Nigerian owned property. And just like you know that a cup, I can remember that of Charles Cup. Okay. So, for example, how does it make sense? Okay, this asset we've invested $1 million on it. So, but the company did not come up, and when we want to sell it, we now sold it for 200,000. We now sold it.
Where's the profit?
So where's the profit? It doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense at all.
So some people should no. Some people need to be brought.
Yes, exactly. Just like as you mentioned, the former minister Okonjo Iweala, she was actually brought to book at a point, but then she's not the only one. You know when she actually bought this bulletproof car worth over 500 million. Possibly this was maybe from the money for.
Everyone can say that in Nigeria, just like the TikTokers always say, allegedly.
Allegedly, exactly.
Not from the back already. The TikTokers that in Nigeria, that's what they say, allegedly.
Allegedly. So it is important that people should be accountable, and then we should not just pump money into something we know that okay, before this period, before this time, a lot of money has been pumped into Ajakuta Steel, particularly, and we have not seen results. I think the option or the alternative is not for us to pump money there again, is to see for the accountability and how the previously spent money was managed.
Yes, I agree with you.
So on the Punch newspaper, again, I will be reading the news headline which says, Sanwo-Olu swears in elected local government chairman and vice chairman. Sanwo-Olu swears in elected local government chairman and vice chairman. So this is saying the newly elected chairman and vice chairman of the 20 local government areas and 37 LCDS states have been sworn in. The state governor Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu swore in the officials of the Lagos State at the Lagos State House on Sunday. The council chairman and councillors emerged the following on, I think, the 12th of July. Yeah, that was when the election was conducted in Nigeria, in Lagos State. Speaking at the event, the state's commissioner for local government and chieftaincy affairs and rural development, that's Honorable Bolaji Robert, congratulated the council of chairmen and vice chairmen on their emergence. He said, your victories at the polls are a testament to your grassroots appeal and the confidence that the people have reposed in you. The credibility of your emergence, anchored in transparency and broad-based support, is what culminated in the swearing in. So Robert also commended Sanwo-Olu for promoting grassroots democracy. He said nothing that this leadership has ensured and has not achieved. He said, and by extension, we recognize and commend the father of modern democracy, who is the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for laying a visionary foundation that continues to guide the growth of democratic institutions. So, the governor said, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, in my singular honor and privilege at this junction to present the 57 duly elected chairman and vice chairman to the governor. Okay, that was the commissioner for local government affairs. So this news is saying that the governor has sworn in all the 57 LG chairman and LCDA, 37 LCDA chairman and vice chairman yesterday on Sunday. And I think he also charged them that within a couple of days or weeks, they should start giving out dividend of democracy. What I mean by this is that there is now autonomy for local governments and LCDAs. So they should be able to get their funds directly from the federal. And then I think this should show that there should be much more efficiency. So if a local government chairman has shown efficiency of let's say 75% previously, you should expect nothing less than 95 now when there is much more fund. Or what do you see?
So congratulations to the 20 local government chairman and that's LCD chairman and their vices. Congratulations to them. Congratulations to the governor and the deputy of Lagos State. They've done well and the party. But I just want to make some correction. That was the LCDs were still not recognized at the constitution
Federal level.
at the federal level. But Lagos State knows how it's managing the LCDs. And if you look at the LCDs, now it's over 20 years in existence, and the LCDs are bringing positive impact, bringing governance to closer to the people, and this rapid development going around all around. In fact, one of the LCDs I was surprised when I saw the primary health center that she constructed, that she built for the people of our local government. I saw the primary health center like a private hospital in terms of structures and amenities. I think that is what we're talking about. And of course, even in my local government where I belong, I can see so though the local government belong is one of the 20 local governments. So the council chairman returned the second time. I was at the inauguration yesterday at the State House to observe things myself. So it was a well colorful event, and I see when the governor even charged them that they should go and bring governance closer to the people. That, in fact, in parable, he said it in parable, not that you are elected in a particular place and suddenly you become a ghost. You are not ghost when you were campaigning or canvassing for votes. So you were on the field, and which a lot of us will witness that and will cover that event. So once since you were able to be on field, you did not make yourself a ghost. So you should stay within your community, in your local government, and listen to your people and give them the dividend what they need at that point in time. And even like the governors teacher them that for the executive that they should make use of their of the chief of staff for now, and for the other executive arm bodies. So I think they should hold on for the next 60 days. So and I believe it's just for productivity and rapid development so that they can put what they can dot the eyes and cross the T's very well. Because I think they need to harmonize a lot of things together. So because the local government, yes, the autonomy, but even in the autonomy, we all know that there's no total separation of power. Yes. Separation of power, yes, but there's no total separation of power. So I'm doing that they are both the same part because the 20 and the 37 LCDs I think won by the APC. Yeah. So you know they have one council Yaba from the PDP. So and because the state governor and the chairman are of the same party, so I think they have a lot of things to do together because it makes them that okay, they are binding by one party structure, by one party rules, bylaws, and they need to strict some constitution and even kudos to the state ABC party chairman of Lagos State and of course Lagos local government and all. So the good thing, so we're looking for those that come in the second term. So I think continuity because that is more work for them. And those that are coming as a new entry into the system, they should watch what their predecessors have done and they should do better. They should do better. Likewise to the elected councillors. And I think today today and tomorrow there will be a lot of house planning. So we reach success for another 4 years and rapid development in Lagos because whatever thing they do now determine what will happen at the general elections.
I think from what you said about 37 LCDAs, very soon, we Nigerians and particularly Lagosians should look out for the 37 LCDAs being local government. Because I remember the public hearing for the Senate and also for the House of Representatives, the Deputy Governor representing the Governor of Lagos State. He mentioned vividly that I remember vividly when he said that the 37 LCDAs have been vetted for about 20 years now and they have been doing excellently well. And he said one statement, very, very funny statement and powerful. He said, if you have a child that has been vetted for this long, then definitely they deserve a birth certificate.
Yes.
So definitely
and the birth certificate. And the issue now is not only the National Assembly. Yes, the National Assembly will move the motion. So it was their second reading, they will move it. But before then, it will still go to the State House of Assembly. And the State House of Assembly will meet the 24 State House of Assembly, that is 24 state, which is two-thirds of the 36 state and the LCT. So the Lagos State government, if they want to see their LCT to reality, once the birth certificate as said by our very own Deputy Governor of Lagos State. So I think they need to liaise with other states, not only the Southwest, they need to cross border. They need to relate with the Northwest, the Southeast, so that they can get that 24 state to accept and to support. And if they were able to achieve that, and definitely to see the light of day. And the good thing is that I know that there's a proposal for new state that I read it and I watched that they proposed Ibadan State, Ijebu State, unannounced
New Coastal State, Oyo State.
So there's Ibadan State,
Ijebu
Ijebu.
Yeah.
So and also in the north, so I can't remember their name. I'm so sorry, but we'll get to when we get to the bridge, we know how to cross and we pass that information across to you from the Ifako radio. So I think it's a good congratulations to the elected chairman, the newly sworn elected chairman, and of course today there will be a lot of proclamation for the councillors as well today and tomorrow. So we wish them successful.
Yeah, we wish them successful all the way from Ifako radio to the world.
So I have this on the Nation newspaper. Repropose all election on one day in 2027. Wow, that is so fascinating. So did you say that the House of Representatives have proposed a single day for the conduct of the 5 elections in 2027? If the proposal is upheld, the review the electoral act will empower the INEC to simultaneously conduct the presidential, senatorial, House of Representatives, governorship, and House of Assembly poll in one day. Other amendments being proposed by the lower chamber of the National Assembly include the payment of 50 million by political associations seeking registration as parties, restriction of presidential election expense to 10 billion, conduct of election 120 days before the expiration of the incumbent term, and determination of the election petition within 90 days after the exercise. So, 5 elections. 5 elections in a day. I think for me, it's not something.
Why do you think it's not? Well, it's possible.
I don't think it's possible
Why
because
do you think it's not possible?
I know, yes, there will be strict. I think it will cost. It will be over. I can imagine 5 boxes. And Nigerians, when it comes to general election, they throw out. So, and a lot of things will not go well either with the ruling party or the opposition party. So, because when even you can see from the last election, some state would have swept up to another party. Not because there was another election coming up 2 weeks after that helped the other parties from other parties to move around and make some internal reconciliation and of course reaching out to the people. So, but anyway, it's still a proposal from the House of Representatives. But if likely, for me, I I don't see that it is still true because I know that getting that two-third, just like I said earlier, getting that two-third state House of Assembly to assent to it will be very difficult because that way I would like to digress a bit, and that is what that have affected the local government to get their autonomy. Has affected them over because getting that two-third. First thing not having it. So I know all these the political parties, they know each state that they got their strength from, that they got their followers from. So it may not be easy. It may not be easy to get that. Well, it's a proposal.
Yeah.
I will not say they're dead on arrival, but I believe that may. This is my personal opinion.
Okay.
It may not see the light of day.
Yeah, my
Or
own,
that five,
my own point of view is quite different from yours. And it is because you see in Nigeria, or let me say we as humans, whatever it is being placed, naturally, or let me say innately, there is this apathy towards it. We might want to go against that first. But if we get to a state that it will just be our normal routine, because even the previously we have, or let me say currently we are always doing for 2 days. We do the House of Reps and we do the President. We do them in 2 days, and still in some cases or in some places we usually have rancor. We usually have so many issues and that usually cause chaos. But then we still have places where, like in Ifako, here we are always peaceful and we always have our things going smoothly. So if it actually sees the light of the day, the benefits, I think the benefits are higher than
I
the
think mostly
advantages.
what people will be saying, mostly especially in the area, is that cost effective.
Yes,
Cost
exactly.
effective. So to Nigeria start to Nigeria taxpayer. Yes, I agree. But five, you know why I'm saying this? There will be a lot of most of the ballot will be invalid because most of these people that are coming to vote, apart from the elite, know their child is to put their thumb where they desire. So what's the percentage of their elite? So but the people that really vote are not the elite. Because
Exactly.
we've observed that most of the elite places they are stay in their house, various houses on the election, they're watching their destiny, they're running, doing their business in their own life. So it's mostly the masses that go out there to vote and a lot of, so there'll be a lot of invalid votes.
But I think
Well, I think when we get there,
prior
I
prior
don't
to the
see it now.
election, prior to the actual election, there are going to be
Yeah.
several engagement, particularly from CSOs, because I know CSOs are actually. I was at the public hearing and I saw some CSOs actually push for this also. So I know so many CSOs are going to do a lot of engagement, encouraging people to turn out when it comes to voter participation and all of that.
I don't matter that.
And with this,
Well, we get to bring we know how to cross it, but I
definitely.
can just hold this thing.
Okay.
Just hold my word this thing. I can assure you, Nigerians are watching. I can assure you that getting that 21st state House of Assembly
To actually coincide.
to assent their vote and support towards that will be very difficult. Except if the ruling party and some personality are ready to do what I will say.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
understand?
Let's look at what or who that is information we have presently from Ifako Radio, and it's actually a review. So it is just our personal opinion we are
Yes.
throwing out, and for people to also digest. If you want more information about that, you can grab it on
The
the
Nation newspaper.
the Nation newspaper. So what I'm having here, which I'm going to use for my own wrap up, is about the National Youth Service Corps. Says court orders NYSC to allow skirts for female corps members. Court allows NYSC to allow skirts for female corps members. Says the Federal High Court in Abuja has declared the National Youth Service Corps refusal to allow female corps members to wear skirts in observance of their religious belief as unconstitutional and a breach of fundamental rights to freedom of religion. In a judgment delivered on the 13th of June 2025, a certified true copy of which was cited on Sunday, Justice Aoua held at the NYSC's enforcement of trousers as the only acceptable uniform for female participants violated the constitutionally guaranteed right to freedom of religion and human dignity. The cases initially filed separately by former corps member Ms. Ogunjobi Blessing, and Ms. Ayuba Vivian were later consolidated due to their legal similarities and adjudicated together by Justice Giwa. In the suit, the applicants argued that being compelled to wear trousers contradicted their Christian faith, citing a verse in the Bible, Deuteronomy 22:5, which they interpret as prohibiting women from wearing garments associated with men. The applicants, in their separate suit, assault the enforcement of their fundamental right to freedom of religion, alleging that these rights have been violated by the respondents. So this is saying that very soon we might see that it unfolds that NYSC will now allow core members to start wearing skirts according to their own choice. The courts, the Federal High Court has given this order.
I think it's a good thing. It's a good thing that the core member can put on skirts, because there are some people naturally. But if we look at the acts that brought about the core members, people going to serve their fathers after finishing their BSc or degree or certification. So we look at it is to enhance harmonious relationship among Nigerians from one state to another. And if we also look at the other side, it's seen as a paramilitary. Yes, I think the field on the battlefield. Yes, watch. I have not been to the, I have not, but I think I've seen the US Marine to put in a skirt, and I've seen Nigerian Army doctors and women that put on skirts. So I don't see anything harmful in allowing them to put on skirts.
Okay, well,
But especially the short, their skirt are not short. Their skirt get to right after their knee.
Yeah. Well, I think that the Constitution is our guideline and it gives freedom of what.
So since the court is going to have made the judgment, so I think.
But then I think it is still a proposal. It is an order which I don't think it is going to take.
Then why to say that it's not good enough to the law?
Yeah, because I don't think the female military personnel usually do skate, except maybe for their medical personnel. I know for the police.
That's why I said that medical. They're police too.
Yeah, police. They wear
so they are not military. They are just paramilitary.
Exactly.
So I think because Tomaso said some religion do not allow their, and we are Nigerians and we are Africans. There are some religion. We know that we have constitution that guide us. But this constitution that we're talking about was taken from religion, cultures, and everything fused together for better living for everybody. So some religion do not allow seeing their female or their girl's child trousers. So maybe African culture is happening like that. It's not now that the airline education has exposed a lot of things. Okay, we can put on trousers. Now for me personally, I prefer my daughter to put on trousers than putting on a skinny skirt. So well,
and I think the Nigerian military will also contribute to this because NYSC is under the Director General, and then we have to and well, it is something we are not going to, we cannot give judgment to here present.
It's just our personal opinion.
Exactly.
So just well, let's go to the Guardian newspaper here. This politics Papaso claim of northern neglect is false. Devising my that's the honorable minister for works. So Minister of Works David Umahi as Babasta Kano State Governor and presidential candidate of the new Nigerian People's Party 2023 general election, Rabiu Musa Kopaso over claim of northern neglect, describing it as false, misleading, and political self-serving. In a statement issued over the weekend, the Works Minister maintained that the North account for 52%, while the South has 48% out of the total length of Tinubu legacy project, stressing that Kwapaso claims were aimed at deceiving Northerners and steering unnecessary regional sentiment. Yes, it's political here. Political here is fast approaching because we all know that next year is strictly political year. And people are just preparing. This is pre-political year because we know a lot of things will unfold next year. Though next year I know there are two states that we have in the election, that is Osho State and Edo State. And in between again, people will be prepared, different parties will be be preparing for their primaries next year, so that they will now go into field election sometime in February 2027. So I think the Honorable Minister for Works also making some comment against the comment made by the former by Popas of the former governor of Kano State, who said that the present government is favorable to the northern to the southern, that the northerners are excluded. And I saw the breakdown of most people in the appointments. Okay, they started with the Muslim ticket, but I found out that over 56% of people in government, either in agencies or the are Christians. Then on the road project, which with the owner of the portfolio himself, the Honorable Minister for Works, have said that 58% of the project in this administration is for the northern part. So, and of course, everybody will want to, and the northerners, the elite of the north know how to, let me use this word, cajole their people. And let us be sincere. I want to give it. I study political science. I observed, I look at the north, I look at the south. I observe that when you talk about the real grassroots politics, the northerners are ahead strategically. Though why they are edge, if you look at them, they have a lot of people that are not elites, that are not in the school. Or they just want to know, they just hear from one sheep, or they have from. But over here in the south, we ask questions.
Exactly.
We ask questions. No, are you sure? It can't be so. No, it's this, it's that. So I think the political gladiators at the national level, at the state level, at the local level should take it easy. It's God that put people in power. So you can do yours. You can strategize in another way. So I know we should not do politics with bitterness. So Nigerians are passing through a lot at this time. They should not eat up the politics at this point in time. So they should find another means of strategizing to get their follower closer to their own ideology.
Yeah. So 2 things I want to say about that is, number one, as you said, everybody is trying to align themselves, particularly for the forthcoming election, and every political party are working towards having their candidate being seen as the best. So I think Kwakwanso has given his own point of view as well as the Minister for Works. So another thing I want to say is that understanding the politics of your own region, just like you have mentioned also that the politics of the northerners issue is different from those of the southerners, particularly in southwest here where we have almost everybody on the street being doctors. I was on bike one day and I discovered that the person, the rider of the bike is he actually has his PhD. Because I was talking to him, I was on my uniform and he was talking to me. I was like, he told me, okay, you finished so yeah. So virtually everybody knows what they want. So unlike on in some other geographical area whereby you give a notion and everybody has to follow. So if you understand the politics of your geographical area, you know how to get your people. And I think in the southwest here, right, it's better we do much more engagement and practical politics, whereby when you tell people, okay, this is what you should do and this is what you get from it, they will follow suit.
When I talk about the south, I tell the south, I'm not specifically about the south, I talk about the south in general. Southeast, southwest. Yeah. So in general, I think that is the. So do you have any other papers?
No.
Okay, I still have the guiding newspaper. Malaria killing 9 Nigerians every hour reports. Wow. Malaria continues to claim life at an alarming rate in Nigeria with 9 deaths recorded every hour, according to the Society for Family Health. The health-focused non-governmental organization leading prevention effort across the country. At the media retention on malaria prevention in Kano, that is Society for Family Health, Social and Behavioral Change Specialist Cecil Deborah Oriman disclosed that the disease remains a critical public health challenge affecting 97% of Nigerian, particularly children under 5 and pregnant women. She said Nigeria alone account for nearly 110 million clinical, clinically diagnosed malaria cases annually. That is huge. That's not the point of Nigeria. I remember malaria, I think I've rather hearing the word malaria when I was age 3 years old. And I believe that and what happened? What causes malaria? Poor sanitation, poor toilet, so
For sewage system.
sewage system. So I think we need even our drainage system. We need to there should be. I think left for me, the Nigerian government should bring out. They should come back with that environmental sanitation last Saturdays of each month because we know that people are busy. So father goes to work at as early as 4:30 a.m. Mother goes to the market as early as 5 a.m. So and to return home maybe by 7 and 9 tired. So
I have to wake up very early,
very
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 nice.
so I think the government should return to that environmental sanitation. The Nigerians themselves, let's talk from the fact already, let's talk ourselves. Let us take our sanitation of our environment of our home very, very serious. Our sewage system, let's take it very serious. And how we pack our debt, let us take it very serious because we've had now from the professional that 110 people die in Nigeria as a result of what?
Malaria. And we see have several other illnesses that take
Yes.
lives. But just malaria, you
Just
don't take.
malaria. 110 are hospitalized on a yearly basis. I think we need to do big things. And I think the government, the Honorable Minister for Health, the Commissioner for Health in the various states, and even Supervisor for Health in every local government should wake up to this task and let us work together and let the orientation, let the NOA, National Orientation Agency, should also come up and go to the grassroots. When I say the grassroots, not the like things. Even sometimes the like things are also dirty.
Even like the fault all this. The fault.
So let us we need to work this thing out.
And I think that's a charge from Ifako Radio to all the government parastatals and agencies. So we need to take our health more seriously, and we don't have to lose our people as much as 110 million to malaria every year. That's a huge one. I think governments need to actually focus, or let me say, change our approach to health because more of the time we do the pursue approach, we should work on the prevent approach. I think the government of Lagos State is actually working on sanitation. We usually have our sanitation period on Thursdays, where the environmental health officers go out to ensure that people are upholding their sanity and the sanitation of their environment. So, because malaria is basically caused by mosquitoes, and then we understand that mosquitoes stay around where we have stagnant water or dirty area where they can breed. So it is important that as people, our own safety should be our priority. So we should do away with anything that would cause stagnation of water or impure water around us, which can elongate the breeding of mosquitoes. And also, this is a charge to all school authorities, particularly tertiary institutions, because I have a similar scenario where a friend of mine actually went to the medical center of the school for malaria issue, and the drugs given to her were not worth curing or healing her. So definitely, it is if anything happens to her, it can be adjudged that it is the fault of the school. So please, this is also a charge to all medical centers of each school that they should increase
Not only
their
the
efficiency.
not only the tertiary institution, even the primary, kindergarten, every sector.
Every sector. Now, primary health centers too.
Yes. And also the state general hospital that are close to the sewage side, the dump site. They should also know how to prevent this malaria syndrome because it's alarming. In fact, I don't know. reading this, when I saw it,
Everyone is at risk.
everyone is afraid because every bite of mosquito send a signal, and that signal is not people to the hospital and people make it out. So because we all have different immune system, we have not. So the government, I believe the government will look into that. Then I also have this last one to wrap it up, which is Politics on the Nation newspaper. SDP, National Working Committee, expelled El-Rufai for 30 years.
Sounds like life imprisonment.
How old is El-Rufai? How old is El-Rufai? I think almost 60 or 60.
He should be in
He
his
should be the 60. So we have 30 years to his age. So we'll be 90. Wow.
They didn't just want to tell him not to come again.
The National Working Committee at the Social Democratic Party has expelled former Kaduna State Governor Malam Nasir El-Rufai from party. SDP said El-Rufai is ineligible to associate with the party in any capacity for the next 30 years. The party also accused El-Rufai of falsely parading himself as a party member, manipulating internal processes, and attempting to destabilize the party through unconstitutional action and deceptive political maneuver. Well, that's interesting.
Very,
Because I believe if you look at it, in less than 6 months, Malam El-Rufai has been associated to about 4 different parties. And now, I think he's also moved to ADC and he's still holding the SDP party. At least if we look at their so-called their leader, which is Atiku, he resigned officially from his work, sent in the letter. We read it, I think, some time ago.
Definitely.
So we read it on the pages of the daily newspaper, and of course, and he now moved to ADC. So why he should also throw in the towel and SDP and move to the ADC, that is the coalition, because the strategy I have been hearing a lot of people that the only thing that can move anybody out of power is through coalition. So they citing the example that this coalition that took Jonathan out of power. So that coalition is working. It's really working that they are going to the same strategy to move APC out of power. But whichever way it's going, no problem, we are still Nigeria. And it's one Nigeria, one nation. So, and we just believe that I keep saying, the political gladiators, yes, should take it easy. They should take it easy. They should stop hitting the politics the way they like. So I know they make use of social media, they make use of it. So whatever comment that they want to make, let it not be comment that will make pains to the Nigerians. A lot of them, yes, they are grooming a lot of boys here and there, to the casual boys or casual girls here and there to go and do their bid, where their children are nowhere to be found. But when they get to the office, their children are majorly the benefactor. So I'm not saying that when father work, their children are not benefit from it. But the Nigerian youth should also use their sense. They should use their sense. They should use their sense. Because now the game is about to be open next year. And when the field is open, every parent should talk to their boy. Yes, you are free, you're a Nigerian citizen. You are free to associate. From Ifako Radio, you are free to associate to any political group, party, group, association, in whatever way it's being called. But when it wants to turn to violence, stay clear and return to your home, to your loved one, to people that love you, to people that cherish you. Okay? Yeah, that is from Ifako Radio. From me, David, this personal opinion. So let us start using our.
Yeah, I think it is safe to say it from Ifako Radio, since you're looking out for people's health and then their safety,
their
well-being. So I think I just want to throw in the line of the headline which you have read. I just made my research and I discovered that every fight is as old as Nigeria, if not older, with a couple of months, because he's 65 and he was born in February 1960. So giving him 30 years,
so we'll be 95.
So it's just a way of telling him never to come.
Never to come to their party.
Well, I would have said it's a big one on him. But then looking at politicking in Nigeria, it's not a big one because anybody can move to any political political party at any time.
Yes.
Now, particularly when there is ADC, a political party of opposition parties, a political party of leaders of opposition party, where we have several leaders of parties aside the APC. We have several leaders of different parties. So, which was read from the news a couple of days ago that ADC is basically constituted by leaders of opposing parties. So it is not a hard one on El-Rufai, because you can just decide one morning and move to ADC.
It's another one for him because even the ADC that is accepting him will want to know what is it bringing on the table, or which party is it coming from. Is it bringing people along, because politics is about people and it's a game of number. And what they are trying to fight is about it's just about the game of throne, and of course, and how to outpost the present administration. Yeah. So, and position is acceptable anywhere in the world, but let the political gladiator take it easy on. So, do you still have any?
Nothing.
Okay. Not from my side. So, I'll wrap it up today. Let's wrap it up.
All right. So,
and for those that need to get more information from the ladies, you're free to visit any of the Nigerian or daily newspaper to pick which one that suit you, so that you can get more information and be able to know what contains in all the information. And that's it for me.
Okay. Yeah, so this will be the end of the newspaper review from Ifako Radio today, all the way from Ifako, Lagos, Nigeria. If you want to get more information and updates, you can follow us on our social media handles on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube at Ifako_radio. So you can follow us to get more updates. So for today on newspaper review, my name is Victor Kolade.